I've lost my phone. There it is.
I think the lighting works.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I haven't been
We're
watching
not
this.
silhouettes, so you can see us. It's an improvement.
Welcome back, everyone. We've been mucking around with our lighting. Thank you all for joining us again on this campaign. And we're what just happened?
The Tower of Bees fell.
Karen.
Why is this a problem that we have? But yeah, we will jump back in after we've had a very intense session with Clifford.
We just sat in silence for the last 10 minutes and didn't make eye contact.
I'm sorry, but you did ask the puppy.
As we waited for the echoes
It
to
was
die
very
down.
useful.
Glad it was useful. Alright, so what's
Alright.
next?
Bedtime.
Okay.
It's like 2 in the afternoon.
I thought we got the Pearl Mire at like.
You had like
we
a late.
got a Pearl Mire at the start of the day.
At the start of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
And then we
docked
ate,
and you. Yeah.
went to the shops.
Mm.
So like post lunch, I think it is.
Yeah, I then say it's between like 3 and 4.
Okay.
So
Oh god, so much
You
time to
can
kill.
have a nap.
you
Go
can
have a
totally
nap.
just go to sleep.
I
You
think
don't have to do anything if you guys don't want
Kai,
to.
I think we should attack Adolin.
Just practice.
Just prep him.
I think we should jump him
Surprise
and see what
attack.
happens. Yeah.
Is he in the room while we discuss this?
Probably. Playing with Clifford, as Clifford is like maybe flopped on you at this point. He's like in your lap as you're sat on one of the beds, kind of thing, just like scratch me.
I'm scratching him, and then my dagger of warning starts to like glow red hot.
Basketball.
Fucking dagger out.
Just throw a pillow at him.
Slices through the pillow. Goes,
Feathers
Oh.
everywhere.
wait.
And Clifford goes insane.
Birds! Birds! So many
Well
birds!
done, you passed the surprise attack.
Oh, it kind of sounds like you're gonna have like a nice evening in together, or just like chilling, like maybe playing a bit of cards, relaxing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna get room service.
Pillow talk. Nope, that's not what I meant.
That's
I meant pillow fight
different.
and girl talk. my brain just completely.
Pillow talk and girl fight.
Pillow talk
That
and
is
girl
not
fight.
how I thought it was gonna go, but sure.
Wow.
Well, if we're gonna do that, we're
I
fading
like
to
it
black.
better. Let's go for pillow talk and girl fight. No, girl talk.
Adelin's like, should I leave the
Pillow
room?
fight. No, you're part of it all.
We braid Clifford's hair.
Yeah.
Hair to praise.
That's why it's funny.
Okay.
That was the joke.
Okay.
Puzzle his ears.
He likes that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you start doing that, he sits there and he's like tippy tappies. While you're sat doing that.
Oh, nice. Very
A
good.
baby.
When we get some dinner in, we get him some like
He makes for dinner.
chicken to shred.
Yes!
Just give him like a bone to gnaw on.
And there's just mess in the corner. Oh, you don't give dogs chicken bones.
But
he doesn't eat
He's
them.
fine. He gets the exception.
Oh.
It can't get splintered and caught in his throat because
He doesn't eat them, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just got a
Ah.
corner where...
Although if he's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not good
Because
for
bird
them.
bones are hollow, they snap and they go into splinters and they can really hurt your dog's
This has been a
inside.
PSA.
Mm.
Cats too. Like you just don't give like
Don't
the-
give animals bones.
You can give them bones, but
Just
they have to
bird
be
bones.
sturdy bones. So you're talking about like cows and pigs and stuff like that. You can give them like offcuts from that and
Yeah.
stuff, but bird bones, no.
Okay, we get him a cow bone.
Okay, he would love that, and he's also incredibly quiet now, except for that
Perfect.
as his teeth are like scraping across the butt.
The implication of giving your animal the capability to communicate with you and then taking it away after an hour is really fucking with me. So I think that from here on out, if I have the hour, Polly is going to cast telepathic bond on her, at least herself and Clifford,
Jesus.
just to check in.
Okay, you can do
Because-
you can ritual cast that, can't you? As well?
Just,
You speak celestial. Can you not just?
but he
can't
can't
talk
talk back to me, and I just
Oh,
like imagine like him like. He was having that conversation with us in the park, and then it just cut off, and we couldn't hear him anymore. So we just stopped responding. We don't interject. There's no more communication. It's just very one-sided. He's still been talking to us this entire time.
You're really reminding me of one of our other campaigns where we had a dog. There was a bracelet that allowed him to talk to his owner, and she had to sacrifice something for part of the plot, and she gave up the bracelet so that she,
That's so sad, because that's not her sacrificing more than it's her dog.
the last words were just "I love you," and then it cut out, and I don't think I've cried as hard as part of a D&D campaign, other than listening to that dog tell his owner that he loved her.
I don't
You
know
look like you're about to cry now.
It's not like the dog died or anything, it's absolutely fine.
There was another tragic moment earlier on when like she kind of like beetled off to like kind of like save the party from an encounter that was going to be like quite unpleasant for them. So she just went and did it herself, left the dog behind, and the ranger had to speak with animals, and was like, "Where did she go?" And the ranger was like, "Oh no, it's okay, she'll be back. She just went for dinner." He's like, "Let me. I love dinner."
I love dogs. They're great.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So I don't want to have that happen. I want to make sure that he knows that we still want to talk to him and we're not ignoring him.
It is exhausting.
No, I don't need to do it again tonight.
Okay.
Just once a day.
I just like literally every single day that I can.
Okay, cool.
I will just in the evenings just be checking in and being like,
Okay.
just like setting a precedent that is a plan that probably is firmed in her head.
Okay, cool. Right now he's quite happy in the corner in his little doggy bed with his bone, just sat like
Excellent.
chewing on it.
As long as he's
And he's like, his little tail is just going.
Awesome. I don't think Adolin has anything kind of else he wants to do tonight. He just wants to kind of like best get an early night for tomorrow, really.
Okay.
Him with another pillow.
Dagger of warning.
I sweep the leg.
He goes down in a heap.
And Clifford jumps on you and starts licking your face.
You got me. You got me. You got me. Yeah, no, there's nothing else he wants to do. He might like kind of, if he finds he can't sleep, just get up in the middle of the night and like find a training room or something in the Light Raven HQ and just take out the new rapier, do some swish stab,
Yeah.
do some practicing.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
So you all have quite a fun night in together.
I spend all of my spell slots casting Goodberry, and I fill Adolin's bag folding with them.
Aww.
Just in case you need them tomorrow. That's not cheating, right? It's just
Not if he walks in with them, no,
Yeah.
because you're not providing the aid during the trial. He's prepped himself for it.
Cool.
I think. Do you want my talisman for tomorrow?
What's the talisman?
You guys.
It's the
Is this your warlock talisman?
yeah. Because it just says whoever's wearing it. Like
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
share it. Yeah, I'd really appreciate that.
yeah. Yeah, it just says when the wearer of it. It doesn't say you need to attune to it or anything.
Yeah, it's not really like a magic item, it's part of your class features almost. That is a magic item.
It's not a magic item.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
I know. Yeah, I don't think it takes an attunement slot, so you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd happily take it. It's what is it again? It's like a D4 on if you fail a check,
Yes.
right?
When the wearer fails an ability check, they can add a d4 to the roll, potentially turning it into a success. This can be used a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
Equal to your proficiency bonus? Well,
I don't know, that's what it says.
It'll be the
Also, we're the same
original.
level.
It'll be the character that it's bonded to, so it can't be in this case.
right.
Not the person that's wearing it. That's two different
Yes,
things.
yeah.
Yes.
The
But also
talisman-
our proficiency.
Yeah, it technically
It's the
doesn't
same,
matter.
yeah.
But it would matter if you gave it to like Clifford.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Give it to Clifford.
whether we're like doing this over like a late breakfast or whatever, just thank you.
Yeah, so you have the morning. Like, is there anything else that you want to do, or do you want to just jump to the trials?
Maybe
Well-
just. Sorry, on you go.
I was gonna say the night before actually you've got that new magic item, bring a spell storing.
Oh yeah, do we want to chuck anything in it? Any cool stuff?
I don't have a 5th level spell, but I have a scroll of anything you like. You can have it.
So I can only cast up to 3rd level spells. If you put a 4th or a 5th in that.
And
So you
do
can
it.
put like a 2nd and a 3rd.
Yeah, but can I if there's a 4th level spell in the ring, can I cast it?
Oh, I meant to ask.
Top
On
notch.
the thingy for the magic item, it says
Which
when
thingy for which magic item?
for the ring, the description for the ring.
Which ring?
The ring
The
spell
ring of
store.
spell storing
Yeah.
that we're talking about right
Okay.
at this very
Okay,
second.
cool, thank you.
It says when you find it, it comes with like some random spell.
is
But
true,
since
yeah.
we bought it,
You did, yeah. So you didn't find it. It's not got some lingering wizard's
that's what I
crap in
assumed.
it. You bought it empty.
Why is there 5 casts of Goodberry in this ring?
Holly.
That would get you up to 170 hit points worth of Goodberry.
Sweet Jesus.
I think the implication behind Goodberry is that you're only never meant to be able to eat one, which I think is dumb.
One would
I don't
sustain you for a day. You wouldn't need any more meals, but you can eat more for
I thought-
healing.
I don't know what any of your spells do.
You can click on them and then read them.
Is this
That's
something that
so
you
much
like?
work.
Adolin's not going to have the ring of spell storing for the trial, is he? So, is he?
No, I'm attuned to it.
Okay, sorry. Like, this is something that you can kind of sort out,
Yeah.
like yourselves.
Cool.
And we will continue with plot.
With plot.
Awesome. So I don't mind if you guys sit and do that in the background and work out what.
I was more curious in case I cast that with a spell slot would mean that I'd have less good berries for Adolin, but I don't think you're going to get through that many, so it
Yeah.
should be fine.
Also,
Yeah,
I don't think
excellent.
we're being murdered tomorrow. So
Listen.
we're theoretically fine.
We don't know
Theoretically
anything.
fine.
I am very suspicious of everybody, so I would not be taking any
Trial, dangerous. Warehouse district, dangerous.
I'm going
Library.
to sacrifice that slight maybe overlap of spell slots just to keep the plot moving, so
That's
you can
fine.
sit and discuss
Mhm,
it
yeah.
between yourselves while we get the trial going. Okay, cool. So nobody wants to do
He's going
anything.
to court.
Nobody's doing anything in the morning. We're just sort of prepping Adolin,
Yeah.
relaxing a bit, being like, remember your breathing. You've got to
Positive affirmations.
I am going to be very insistent that we all look really good.
Okay.
All right.
Why?
Because it's a big deal.
Like,
it's
Oh,
your
graduation
trial.
suits
dressing
kind of
nice.
thing.
Yeah, I think that we should all look lovely, and like this is a big moment for you. You don't want it, so it's like I'd probably get up early to iron everybody's like.
Oh.
Oh.
Ironing the cloak of displacement.
It's just like, oh shit,
we
shit.
talked about it earlier, but that's really funny.
Yes!
Have an inspiration.
Oh, thank you. I'll give it to Clifford.
Hey.
Yeah, and we joked about like embroidery on each of them.
Oh,
so I'll
yes,
do
yes.
that as well. I will do that. I'll do on Adolin's. I'll do wings like his wings, because yours are more like kind of like bird wings.
Yeah,
like,
feathered
like
wings.
proper feathered ones.
Mhm.
And then on mine I'll do proper little bee wings. And for yours I was thinking a dragonfly, because they
Okay.
hover over the water.
Yeah.
That's
Do
pretty
you
cool.
like that?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's cool.
So I do that on all of them as well. I
Aw.
press them all and I hang them all up. And then I insist on doing your hair in the morning as well.
So we're all looking spick and span.
Yeah.
Aww.
And we
You're
dropped
so smart.
Clifford off with Ursho.
And we tell him he really
Mhm.
liked the bone and it kept him very quiet.
Ursho would be like, do you have the bone with you?
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
did
sure.
he manage to shred that to pieces, or is it
No, that is durable enough that
Cool.
it takes him too long.
still very good?
He's trying, but not succeeding particularly. You give him that, and Ursho's like, thank God, and puts him like. I said, you to find Ursho, like you would have maybe done
Does
the
he have
sending
an
things.
office?
He has an office. He has a little office
Great.
here that he's
Yeah,
using.
What's it like?
It's not a very big office, and it's obviously not. It's obviously like some. What's the right term? Hot desking. Like
Yeah.
he's just like gone into an office and he's
Wow.
using it while he's here. He does not have a base of operations that is solid enough here that he is designated an office. So he's just using an empty office. So he would have set up like a mini bed for Clifford in the corner
Aw,
using some old
that's
blankets and
cute.
stuff like that.
Aw.
And he would pop the bone down on, and then Clifford would be like over to the bone and like settle down and start gnawing on that. And he's like, "Oh, so I don't need to take him to the park?"
Also, maybe just don't say that word.
Do you have any soft leather shoes? Because you should probably hide those.
Mhm.
You look down at his feet and he's got some quite nice boots on.
I would change those out.
Okay.
You heard the same conversation we did yesterday.
That
Come
is
on, man.
true,
You've
but he's
learned
never tried to
nothing.
chew them before when they're on my feet.
That's true.
Mhm.
You should be fine then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you.
If you want to risk it.
Sure. I'm gonna be here most of the day,
Mm.
so just come back when you can.
Okay.
We also don't think he speaks common, so if you
How's your celestial?
I don't speak Celestial.
Okay.
Neither
We-
do I.
we give him a few kind of like important phrases. We like kind of back him outside the room and close the door, and then start whispering like celestial kind of fetch, here, heal.
Pop and Clifford appears next to you and go,
No.
Hi, Clifford.
No.
We're just
Pick him up, put him back in the bed.
Just getting Ursula to speak. It's like
shut the door, okay.
say Ursula like try it, like try, and just say like the word for fetch and celestial. Like get Ursula to say it.
Why?
Why fetch? Why not heal?
I don't think so. Heal then.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, I think you've chosen fetch now.
Alright, whatever.
No.
So Ursula gives it a go, and it
Mhm.
sounds roughly right.
Great.
There's a pop
Mhm.
that you can hear from the other side of the door, and you sort of start going,
What do you do?
Hmm.
and there's like a shriek from somewhere else
Oh, no.
What did he fetch?
in the like Raven compound kind of thing, and then there's another pop, and like Clifford lands at your feet, and he's got a broom handle in his
Wow.
mouth, and he's starting and he basically takes out all your legs because he has a broom handle in his
Sweep
mouth.
the leg.
He sweeps the
You
leg.
can jump.
Oh boy.
And looks really heckin' proud with himself.
I pat his head. And try and like kind of
Give
pull the
it-
broom handle out.
Give it back.
It's a game now.
So I look to Ursula and say, "This is you now."
It's just like,
I tried to explain to him yesterday, when you fetch something from someone, you give it back to them. He needs to give them their broom back. That's how fetch works, as far as he's concerned.
true, but you also told him to fetch everything to Ursho.
I said if Ursho throws something, he brings it back to Ursho.
This is mixed messages. He's too confused.
I slip Ursula 5 gold for his trouble.
Wow, big spender.
Thanks.
I,
And like
is
takes
Ursho
the
gonna say
broom
good
off
luck
of
to Adolin
you,
or anything?
and like I think Ursho like picks up the broom, and you can see like Clifford's just like dangling off it. It's like, good luck with your trials, and opens his door.
And good luck with yours.
He gives you like a withered look, and goes into his office and shuts the
I
door.
think he likes us.
I mean, we're pretty great.
Yeah. We have a hearty lunch. Give it some time to go down, and then set off for the temple.
Okay. Step up for the temple. Excellent. So you head back towards the main temple of Proma.
Mm.
You step straight upstairs to the offices.
Yep. Straightens his tunic, kind of like checks his cloak fastenings, shrugs on his shoulders, checks all his equipment. In we go.
Okay. You head upstairs.
Get stopped again?
Get stopped again. The two of you would be asked to wait outside while Adolin is taken back into the trials division.
Oh my god.
I tell the guards that they're here to witness the trial.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
They have to wait here until you get like sorted.
Okay,
need
You're
to be
coming
sorted.
back this way.
good.
This is
Okay.
normal, don't you worry.
You
I,
head back through to the trials division. There's the same woman sat at the desk, kind of
Mhm.
thinking, excellent, Adolin, yes.
yes, thank you. I'm so sorry, I didn't get your name yesterday.
Oh, that's all right. It's Rosa.
Thank you, Rosa.
It's all right. Wait here 2 seconds. I'll just get the forms, and we will head off. Okay?
The forms.
You gotta fill in your paperwork.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and she would walk, like, she's kind of behind a little desk at the moment. She'd walk through, like, to the back room, essentially, and she'd come back, like, a minute later with a little folder, little, like, brown folder kind of thing, and say, okay, yeah, I can lead you down to the room just now. Are you ready?
Yes, my companions are outside.
Yeah, we can collect them all the way.
Excellent.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she would head back out, and you would all meet Rosa for the first time. And she wouldn't really introduce herself, she'd just sort of smile and nod at you. Like, this way, please, and would lead you downstairs.
Is this sort of like collective temple area? This isn't like the Torm
No,
specific one.
no,
No.
no, this is just the Knights of Ash office. So there are Knights of Tyr, Torm, and Bahamut kicking about.
Cool.
She, if you are interested, it has a symbol of Tyr.
Nice. I was going to ask. Is it the symbol of the lady?
It's the symbol of Tyr.
Good.
Tia.
Tyr is like
Tyr.
I think it's a god of justice, and I mean they're all gods of
Okay.
justice.
You're all God's justice and like law and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, you'll be led downstairs
Hmm.
and then down again into one of the basement rooms.
Hmm.
And you would be all led into a circular stone hall, approximately 20, 30 feet in diameter.
Mhm.
Directly opposite you, there's a raised stone dais
Mhm.
that you can see that's got 3 individuals sat behind it.
Mhm.
There are 2 doors on either side of the dais. Pardon me. And there's the set of double doors that you just walked in through, directly opposite the dais. There are 3 individuals sat behind the stone platform. You can see that there's a silver dragonborn,
Mhm.
a half orc, and
Yep.
a halfling that's got a raised chair so that they are the same height.
Okay.
A little booster seat. And you'd see Rosa would walk up to the dais. She would indicate to you two to stand over to one side, like next to the double doors that you walked in through, which was basically what happened last time with you. You're just at the back of the room kind of thing.
Does it look the same?
So,
This, like, the entire room, it looks the same, or is it set up
yeah, it
different?
looks roughly the same.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like a circular room, circular stone room. And Adolin, you would be gestured to like step into the middle of the room.
Yeah, he steps forward to the middle of the room and
You see Rosa would go up to the dais, put the file in the hands of the halfling,
Mhm.
who would take it and say,
Oh, look at him.
and then Rosa would walk back to you and say, "Good luck," and walk back out the double doors and close them behind her.
Thanks,
Oh
Rosa.
my god.
Aren't any of them your cousin?
No.
Good.
Oh, where is the names of those like important people?
I'm so
Is
nervous.
do I recognise any of them as like the High Council or anything?
No.
I bow to the 3 of them. I kind of greet them, like greetings, and I say something in halfling to the halfling. That probably comes out like, "All right, buddy."
Jesus.
a formal halfling greeting.
Formal half.
It's, with lots of deference. It sounds like, it's good.
You see, she would smile. And you can clearly see that you've got the silver dragonborn is female, and she has a symbol of Bahamut around her neck. The half orc sat in the middle is male, and you can see he has a symbol of Tyr.
Mm-hmm.
And the halfling that sat on the very end that took the file and that you spoke to is female, really heckin' old,
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
wrinkled. Like you're kind of looking at her, being like, okay, that's wow, okay. And she has a symbol of Torn.
Okay.
And
So Bahamut, Tyr, and Torm.
yes.
Cool.
And you see, she would lean forwards and say, "Welcome, brother. You believe you're ready to sit your trials, become a full knight of Ash?
I believe I am.
Good. And you have your witnesses here?
I do. Okay. Gesture to them.
You get nods from them before they then focus their attention back in on them and say, and see, it's the old halfling woman that is leading this and say, good, good. You'll be given 3 tasks to test the knightly virtues of the Knights of Ash. Loyalty, justice, and mercy. Mercy. I did not get that word out right, sorry. You will also be tested on your wisdom and smarts, youngling. Are you ready to begin?
I am.
Good, good. Shall we start simple?
Whatever the panel deems appropriate.
Very well. We shall start with your smarts. I have a riddle for you.
Yes.
You must answer
Amazing.
these riddles 3.
A river of sweat is running down Alan's back.
So good.
And how much is running down Will's?
I like riddles.
I know.
But
you
also.
do. Very well. I am born in fear, raised in truth, and I come to my own indeed. When comes the time that I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need. What am I?
I would love to
Oh
have
my
that written
goodness.
down.
Yeah.
Born in fear,
Do you have it written down?
raised in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can post it into the chat if that helps.
Raised in truth. And something indeed.
I thought you said a need.
Raised in need.
I am born in fear, raised in truth, and I
Uh-huh.
come to my own indeed.
Indeed.
When comes a time that I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need.
My first thought was bravery, but I don't know if that's true. Oh, we should also, can we explain to the loyal fans that it's okay if we interject?
In game we're not helping, out of game we can.
Yeah.
So like
We've been
to
given
keep this
permission.
interactive and not just Will sweating in the seat, I have let them discuss this, and to also like kind of make up for the idea that Will is not Adolin, so he doesn't live in his skin all the time. So it makes it a bit easier if they can just discuss.
And I come to my own, and I come on, when the time comes a time that I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need. My first thought is like wordplay. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, my first is in fear, but not in dessert. That's where my mind is at the moment.
Chalk?
Thank you. Lots of
Speaking of
job.
dessert.
Oh, thank you.
Damn.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I really don't think it's minty.
I got a little bit of mint, but I don't know what that is.
It's cold.
Mm,
It's cold like mint.
yeah. I've never heard this rule before.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That was
The
genuinely difficult because you do like a lot of riddles.
Yeah, the moment you said a riddle, I was like, God, I hope it's one I know.
Is it one you know?
No, it's not.
Yeah. The 4 people watching, do you know the riddle?
Indeed, I'm glad that it's 2 different words, not indeed. I come to my own. Indeed, indeed, I
That
do.
is what I thought it was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is indeed.
Yeah.
Born in fear, raised in truth, and comes around indeed. When comes a time I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need. This is a really good riddle.
Good.
No, it's
So if you come to your own, indeed is in your actions, right?
Yeah.
So something that begins when you are afraid and is cultivated by knowing the truth.
Yeah,
And
and it starts with, and then finishes in action, deed.
yeah.
I still think it's wordplay of some sort, but there aren't enough like letters. To...
Is it like just the paladin, like the Knights of Ash, or like the Order of Light, or something like that?
Yeah, that seems like a really straightforward answer to it. Like the Knights of Ash, the Order.
Do we know much about the origin of the Knights of Ash?
Can I roll?
You certainly wouldn't. You can roll me a
by
history
we
check.
I mean.
Can I roll a
There's
religion
one.
check? It's the difference between a +8 and a +0.
I know.
Oh my God.
I want to be nice to you, but also it's not really a religion check. It is the history of an
Yeah.
order.
Could it just be a lore DC?
Mhm.
The thing is that if you're studying, then this is part of your study. You need to know what you're actually becoming a part of.
Yeah.
History would
That's
be a
fair.
part of that.
That is
Would
fair.
you have studied that though?
The history.
Yeah.
While he was there, he probably wouldn't have thought about it much in the last year or so.
Roll me history and see what happens.
4.
4. Okay. I'm not sure that was any interest to Adolin. I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's yeah, like book studies are not forced upon knights, so
It could be.
Narratively, yeah, the Knights of Ash organization sort of fits.
And on a meta level, the fact that Alex looked for a riddle that you didn't know feels like it wasn't handcrafted to the campaign, and therefore it won't be the case.
I don't know how to make a
Like,
riddle.
there's no riddle out there that the answer is the Knights of Ash. You know, like
Yeah.
she wouldn't have googled and found that.
But it could be like something that they represent.
Yeah, or like anything that's kind of something that is like incentivized by fear, and then kind of like shown the kind of true way of things, and then eventually sort of acts on it. You know, when comes the time that I'm called forth, I come to serve the cause of need.
I keep on just thinking the answer is a word that is in a different line of the riddle. So I'd read the first one, I'd be like truth, and then I'd read the second one, and I'd be like fear. It's very silly.
Do you want to take a guess?
Or kindness
On
or
a-
something like that, maybe.
Part of me wants to say it's like Adolin himself.
No, oh god, see that's the thing, right?
Stems from fear.
Any answer can be the right answer as long as Adolin believes it and can rationale it, like with enough conviction. So if you said that you were born in fear and you were raised in truth,
Yeah.
then I would like, why would that be a wrong answer?
And I think that's sort of like, maybe that's a weakness that he doesn't want to own up to as well. It's like why he kind of went down this path to start with. It was kind of a fear. So yeah, I think he kind of mull it over for a bit, try and remember like what the whole point of these trials is. It's to it's kind of there to assess not just your strengths but your weaknesses as well. And he'd say that I was initially compelled to join the Knights of Ash out of fear. From a time when I could not protect myself or others, and sought to change that. Joining the Knights of Ash helped me to see the truth of that situation, that force of arms is not all that is needed to protect people. And I seek to act on that. That is my answer.
Okay.
I really like it.
You see, like they glance at each other for a second, and you can see that it's quite obvious the way that they are glancing between themselves. The halfling is leading this.
Ooh.
She seems to be the main assessor.
She's the brainiac.
And she would, like, after a quick like glance between each other and look down and go, an interesting answer.
Right.
They all looked wildly surprised when Adolin rattled off that response and went, fucking get a load of this guy. He thinks the answer's himself.
Oh my
What a
god.
dick.
We'll move to the next trial.
Oh, thank God.
That was it. That was one whole trial. Oh my god.
And you'd see she would wave a hand to the door that's on her right, which is your left. God, that's going to annoy the shit out of me, sorry. And you see the doors would open, and a young girl is led into the room, maybe 15, to the left of the dais. Her hands are bound in front of her, and her head is hung as she's led in by another knight.
Jesus.
But she does glance up at you, and you can see that there are tears streaking down her face. The knight would bow to the dais and then step back towards the doors and close them, but he's inside
Yeah.
the thing. And you'd see,
Execute this child.
you'd see the halfling would glance at the girl and glance back to you and say, "She is a thief, brother.
And you've never stolen anything in your life, ever.
What judgment would you pass on her?"
What did she steal? Why did she steal
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Right?
those are the first questions you should be asking, absolutely.
What is she accused of stealing?
She is accused of stealing a loaf of bread.
A lovely Viz.
So,
I look to the girl and say, is this true?
she would like glance up at you. Yes. Yes.
You may speak freely here.
And she'd glance at the dais and back at you and back down.
Why did you steal the bread?
I needed to eat.
Do you have no family? Friends?
Just my little brother.
That's even worse.
Oh my god. Where is he?
Just roaming the streets. He's one of the few children that we saw.
He's the one who wants to be a barista.
And did you share the bread with him?
It would have. If I'd gotten back with it.
Mm. Is he expecting you back?
Yes.
You stay in Palomar?
Just outside.
Um, why do you... Were you born in Palomar?
No.
Where are you from?
A little village just outside.
And you came to the city to find food?
No. No, I stole bread from my village. And the night Vash caught me.
Hmm. And who did you steal from?
The baker.
They dragged her all the way out here.
Apparently.
We're gonna make an example of you. We're gonna use you to test some other guy.
Mm.
Fuck.
You're part of an exam
How
now.
long have they had her?
This is fucked up.
This is so fucked up. Like, this does not look well
Mhm.
upon the Knights of Ash. Like,
Are you
Jesus
sure
Christ.
you want to be a Knight of Ash?
They kidnapped a girl and left her brother to fend for himself.
Mm. Are you the only one who looks after your brother?
There are others.
Are there lots of people going hungry in your village?
Some.
Hmm. I want to walk a little closer to them and ask the panel, is magic permitted in here?
Yes.
Cool. I throw down a zone of truth.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And
she has to save against that. doesn't she?
Well, she can fail
Mhm.
if she wants.
that's a good point, yeah.
What's her
um,
DC?
Would you explain it to her?
Can I try and explain it to her that I would know the truth of this situation. I am about to cast a spell. You can try to resist, but I would urge you not to.
Okay.
It will do you no harm.
Okay. What's
She-
your spell save DC?
Yeah.
15. This is a charisma save.
Okay. And do you know the outcome?
I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
Hmm. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails at the saving throw. Yes.
She succeeded.
She succeeded.
Okay.
I asked you not to resist. Attack her with favored foe.
Okay. What does that tell you again?
Damage resistances.
No.
Damage immunities.
No.
This is actually a little girl.
Doesn't the person you have just tagged with a favored foe does not have damage resistances and does not have damage immunity.
Oh man. Okay. That's fair. I'm thinking outside the box.
No, absolutely. Like, especially, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense for an arguably nice order to have kidnapped a kid. It would make sense if they were just been like, it's a halfling who is cast alter self on themselves, like something like that, wouldn't
Yeah, an actor.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Don't think I have anything that lets me like detect shape changers or illusions or
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, take it. They're testing you not on. Like, you're showing distrust, which is probably a good thing to be showing. But also, like, if you were to take it at face value, this genuinely was a situation that you had, like, encountered. Say you were the Knight of Ash who found her in a village. Would you have taken her all the way to Pearlmire and done this? What would you have done instead?
Yeah. I know, I think this is messed up.
What would your solution be?
If I was roaming around and found, like, the baker manhandling some scrawny teenage girl, like, she stole all of her bread. Yeah, I'd dealt with it differently. I wouldn't have dragged her all the way to Pearlmire to, like, face justice. It would have been like, well, I'm an employer or something.
So what are you going to do now, though?
Yeah, that's the question.
How
How do you fix this?
Yeah.
Give her money for bread?
But the thing is that this is ridiculous because also I'm just like, really,
It's
what you need
100%
is
not an
you
actual
need
child
you
that
need
they've taken.
systemic change in a society in order for children to not go hungry, and that's a little bit above. If they can't even get their plumbing to work in Pearlmire, they're not going to be fixing our villages. So I mean, semantics. You need to have a designated druid in each town that casts Goodberry, so that and that's their one thing, and then they can just give a berry to a kid every single day, and that would mean that they weren't hungry anymore. Like, just...
Yeah. I could do something really stupid here.
The system is rigged.
What does Alan want
Give her
to
one
do?
of your bag of holding good berries.
Yeah. I turn to the panel and say that this punishment is disproportionate to the crime. Stealing a loaf of bread to feed yourself and your starving brother is something that did not need to be dealt with like this.
No punishment has been given yet, brother. We are waiting judgment.
I'd say that dragging this child to Pearlmire and forcing her into this situation is punishment enough.
Is that your judgment?
I would see that the baker was fairly compensated.
By?
Myself, if need be. For the cost of a loaf of bread. The child, I would ensure, was left in a better situation. Then was at least able to feed herself and her brother for time enough that she could improve their situation. And I'd, kind of like a double fistful of good berries. And just kind of fold her hand over the big pile of them.
Awkwardly cradle them.
This is not a crime. This is an inevitable consequence of going hungry. Was this child to do nothing? How was this situation allowed to develop within these lands, within reach of Pearlmire? Citizens should be looked after.
She's not a citizen of Pearlmire.
I still do not believe she has done anything wrong.
So that is your judgment. She should be allowed to return to her village with no punishment and food aplenty.
And made to see the impact that her choice to steal has. But, yes. Knowing that this is the fate that awaits her if she's caught stealing again.
A fate that gives her more food.
Yes. Rather that than see her die of starvation. See the baker compensated and see that the children are cared for, and then compel them to change their ways. Impress upon them the importance of, find work effectively. Come to Pearlmire if need be, and, find employment here.
Very well. That is your judgment?
Yeah, I feel I fumbled that a little bit, but
No, I
it's
mean, you're correct, honestly. I hate the idea of being like, oh, well, if they just get rewarded for crime, then they're just going to do more crime. It's like, no, if they are not hungry, they won't steal the food.
Yeah.
No, you had that in the bag, don't you worry. Although, when you hand over the good berries, I leaned over to Kai and I'm like, that was only the last 24 hours.
I don't know that.
It's like, we'll chase down the kid later, we'll help her out.
And the girl would be led out the room by the knight that led her in. And you'd see there'd be like a quick hushed discussion between those on the dais.
He's soft. He's soft on crime.
Yes, you are. It's fucking hard on crime. Jesus Christ. My politics are coming out. but also fuck that.
And you see the halfling would sweep her hand to her left, which is your right,
Yep.
Stage left.
The other door.
to the other door, and you see it would open.
Mhm.
And you would see a figure step through the door to the right of the dais, and it would take you a second to like clock who this is,
Mm-hmm.
but this looks a lot like Joris.
Holy shit!
A human Joris, but him nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have no wings on his back, and
Mhm.
he'd perhaps be a little shorter than you would know him in his angel form.
Uh-huh.
He'd be wearing simple
Yeah,
leather
it's not gonna
armour
be like,
stamped
is
with
this
the
the guy?
gauntlet of Torm on the front of it.
Uh-huh.
He'd be leading in two hooded figures that move in behind him. He'd bow slightly to the dais before nodding at you, Adolin.
I'm looking just like bemused, slightly surprised. I think reflectively, yeah, attack him with favourite foe.
You have to do that to everyone you meet.
How many of those can you do?
I get 3 prolonged rest.
Three
I've
prolonged
used this would be number 2.
It's number
Is
two,
this the
okay.
third trial?
Presumably.
I don't know. Yeah, so like look at him like this can't be right.
When you said that he nodded at Adolin, was there like
Yeah.
recognition in his
Yes.
eyes? Whoa. What the fuck? Have you been gaslit by this guy this entire time? You're not actually an Aasimar.
I'm just hallucinating like really hard.
my
this
God. Oh
this
my
guy's
God.
like following us around and just like slipping me magic mushrooms.
So bonkers.
Favourite foe.
Damage, immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities.
Oh god, okay. He's resistant to radiant damage, immunity, he is immune to psychic damage, bodily, piercing, slashing from non-magical attacks.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Good for him.
I think that's everything.
Necrotic?
Just gonna double check. No.
Immune to psychic damage.
Yes.
And resistant to radiant and immune to non-magical physical. Non-magical BPS.
That was a really weird way to say that to me,
Sorry.
but sure.
Yes.
Yeah, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Beach fun in it.
Um,
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry.
uh,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he would turn to you and say, Adolin, you lost your parents and chose to walk forward from this to help prevent what happened to you happening to anyone else. And he'd sweep his hand back and the two rogue figures
Oh my
would
God.
go forwards.
Jesus Christ.
Stop making me laugh! This is serious!
Tired doing what me and Rosie are doing.
What the fuck?
what in the Jerry Springer is this?
Kill your
I don't know who
parents.
that is.
It's the American Jerry Bell.
Okay. But what would you do to get your parents back, Adolin? What would you sacrifice to return to your parents? To return to your old life? And you see the hoods would be drawn back from
Mhm.
each of the figures, and you would see Randall and Elspeth Torve,
What the
your
fuck?
parents, stood before you. Your mother would be smiling softly at you,
Mhm.
wringing her hands slightly, a little nervously in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
This is bullshit.
Oh my god. Oh no.
This place is messed up.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Sort of shit that they do with their fucking applicants.
What the hell?
I think you'd be completely dumbstruck for like a good solid like 5 seconds of just nothing, just staring. The kind of the shock of having like a sort of almost physically present Joris, which is in itself quite a thing, is then immediately overtaken by it. Oh my god, is that? Oh, that can't be. That's not. What? And then he suddenly just like flashes back to like, you know, the farm got destroyed and
How old were you?
it was almost like immediately prior to joining the Knights of Ash, so he was still like in a maybe like 17, 18. So he's like,
Wow.
like he had a life with his parents.
It's really
until
not
that.
long ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
About 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's not that long ago. It's still quite fresh. It's still quite painful. And then like, yeah, God, all the, bloody sleeping at the side of the road and getting into fights with monsters and evil wizards and shit. He's like, I could just stop doing all that and go back to the farm and take the easy way out almost. What would I sacrifice to get that back?
Can you let me know when you start talking as Adolin?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
You wasn't any stronger in that tankard.
Oh.
Yeah, where's the whiskey? And the first thing that comes to mind is like, oh, like my freaking divinity or whatever the hell this gift is that like, lets him sprout wings and glow and like gives him a better shot of fighting demons and that. Like, I could give that up. That wouldn't be that much of a sacrifice. Then I could just be normal again. Then I could go back to the farm.
So you're actually considering it?
No, I think these thoughts would flash through his head. Of like, yeah, this could work. This could definitely work. And then all these problems would be somebody else's. But wait, that means that they'd be your problem. You'd have to like pick up with the bloody Krakens and the cult and Tezin and Clifford.
I think Clifford can handle it.
He's got it sorted.
Clifford's got this. Clifford sits at the right hand side of a god.
I mean,
He's awesome.
no.
No. I think that's what kind of brings him around a little bit, is that, no, actually,
The dog.
a little bit, weirdly enough, but it's yourselves that would be still doing this, and it's not something he can just put down, actually, because this whole time George has been drilling into him, walk the path, you'll know how to do this, you'll know what to do. This is something that needs doing, like, people are in trouble, the world might be in trouble, George might be in trouble, even though he's right here, and like, looking well, I assume?
It's hard to tell.
Has he got like, gloves on? Can't see his hands.
Yeah, the only skin you can really see is his face.
Yeah. Now I think Adolin knows exactly what he would sacrifice to get his old life back. Because part of what he would sacrifice is bits of his new life. But also, that would be giving up. And his parents are dead.
Well, that's another question. Do you really believe that they're in front of you right now?
I don't think he's thinking too rationally about that at the
You're
moment.
just like, yep, Joris can do these things. Joris, is capable of it. They're back.
Yeah. And also, if they're here with Joris, it might mean that they've gone on to a pretty decent afterlife, which is comforting in itself.
I forget that afterlives are actually like a proper thing in
They're-
D&D.
Yeah.
That's reassuring, because I was worried. I was like, if you turn this away, does that just mean that I get killed all over again? If they're just going back. to, like,
George just rips out a sword and guts them.
yeah, like, fuck it out.
Silver Dragonborn just freeze breath, dead. Icicle.
Well, that's that issue cleared up. Yeah, that.
No, I'm not gonna fucking abandon you guys. Don't worry. It's not a case of like, what would he do to get his life back? Like he knows that's not an option. Too far down this road, can't undo the past. Also, his whole village was destroyed. Like, so it's not just like getting his parents back. Well, he could get his parents back, but then like they could be going back to a burned out shack
Yeah.
on the edge of a destroyed village.
Do you talk to them?
I don't think he would. I think that would just be too painful.
Oh,
Because he might talk to them and they might respond and say it's really us and we miss you and you're doing so well and we're so proud of you, and he'd just crumble at that.
No.
The question again: what would you sacrifice to?
What would you do to get your parents back? What would you sacrifice to return to your parents, to return to your old life?
Yeah. Every gift that has been granted me, from Torm, from the Knights of Ash, part of me would sacrifice all of it. And can we just say for flavour that the kind of like outline of wings appear in his hair, starts to kind of the tips a bit glow, and
Aww.
not quite full blown spending the Aasimar form, but like just the kind of
Hint.
the
Enough
hint,
to
the hint
know.
of it. I'd sacrifice all of it, but it would be putting my wants before the needs of so many others, and the needs of the Order, and giving up what I currently have. I would sacrifice everything to have them back, but I know that that's not an option. Not for me. I know the path that I'm walking, and it does not go that way. And I eyeballed Joris as I said that last bit.
You'd see he would smile at you,
Ugh.
nod.
And then I think he just turns and like kind of looks down and screws his eyes up because he just doesn't want to look at his birds at the moment.
Oh.
And you'd see the halfling would nod, or I suppose maybe you wouldn't see it if you're looking down at your
Mm.
feet quite adamantly. And very well. And that way.
Nah.
Wave a hand to Joris. Sorry, that's really bugging my head.
Sorry.
Sorry. Don't do lefts and rights. But wave a hand to Joris, and Joris would nod at her and then
Mhm.
focus in on you, Adolin. And I think you can kind of feel his gaze.
Mm.
Do you look up?
Yeah.
Okay. You'd look up and he'd smile at you once more,
Mm.
and maybe even if you aren't like directly looking at them, you can see that your mother mouths something to you.
Ah. Oh my god.
I'll see her start to do it and then kind of like focus in just to see what it is she's saying.
Your passive perception's damn high, isn't it?
No, actually it's garbage.
Oh, is it?
It's like a +4. Like, that's not terrible.
Oh, it's like
Oh, your wisdom's all
Because
right. And you had like a
perception was one
dagger
that
of
you're
warning
thinking
or
about getting
something.
proficiency in, or expertise in.
yeah, the dagger of warning doesn't passive perception 13.
13. Okay, can you roll me a perception check then, please?
Yeah. It would be really like rude to just pop the eyes of the eagle down to like
Be a little weird. It's happening in the moment, so like I don't think you'd have time to.
in the moment.
Be in the moment.
Be in the moment. 10.
10. Okay.
You could add the D4.
Oh, I guess. Can I add the D4?
Yeah.
1. 11. So no, it doesn't beat my passive.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody else want to roll?
Sure.
Yeah, I really do.
Perception?
Yes, please.
Oh, I want to use
17.
one of my cool dice. Can I use one of my cool
Yeah.
dice?
Ooh, yeah.
So long as it lands in the box.
I'll land it on the map.
Okay.
Perception. I have advantage on this.
Okay.
How?
That's not good. I only got a 6 with advantage.
Okay, I don't think you would catch this either.
Boo!
So I think with a 17, even though you are quite a bit further away from the figures, you would see that she mouths to Adolin, I'm proud of you.
Aww. Oh my god.
Oh.
This is devastating, Alex. I'm gonna kill you.
And there'd be a slight shimmer and they would disappear. Joris would nod to you and step back out the room.
Never gonna forgive that bastard for being in on this.
How? What the fuck? I'm so confused.
I think Kenny takes a big kind of deep breath in past like a choking down a sob, and tries to like hold his head up high and just kind of face the days again.
Okay.
Just wait for whatever comes next.
Okay. You can see that they've all like swiveled around to have like a discussion. Like they have like their backs to you at this point and they're discussing amongst themselves.
He just kind of stands there at attention.
Okay.
Just not moving, doesn't want to look at you guys just yet.
Love you.
Woo! Julian.
Believe in you.
I think Polly is silently sobbing.
Yeah, okay, so there'd be a couple of minutes before they would swivel back round towards you. And you see the halfling would lean forwards again. You have a creative way of solving problems. young man.
That's good for you got the riddle wrong.
We worried that you would not be able to carry out Tom's justice. That you would shirk from your duties. And whilst this panel is still concerned about that, we believe that the wisdom and understanding of the situation you showed to the young girl shows a kindness and mercy that is not often seen these days. To understand that the fault was not her own, and thus punishment should not solely come down to her. Whilst often makes a situation difficult, it can lead to the true answer at the heart of things. We are glad that despite your difficulties, you still show true loyalty to the knights. And even when offered everything back, you would still walk forwards with us. This panel believes you have further to go, Adolin. You have more to learn, more to understand. But it does believe that you are ready.
Sounds like a pass mark to me.
Yeah.
This solid C.
This panel believes that you have much to learn about the world still, but it also believes that you will learn this in your own way by walking your own path, and that path is not here in Promar. We have decided to grant you the rank of knight, and we ask that you carry this forwards with all due diligence and with respect to the order and its values, and know that when you call out justice with it, you are doing so in the name of all the Knights of Ash. Do not let us down.
I won't. I'll uphold the values of the order.
Good. Good. Then go, Sir Adolin.
Oh my god, you're a sir.
Putting tear down his eye. Chest puffs out a little bit more.
You see, they would stand,
Mm.
and they'd each nod to you, and gesture to the doors behind you.
Bows to each one. Turns about, marches straight out of the room.
Okay.
Oh
Just
my God.
doors open, off we go.
Yeah. And then just like once kind of Polly and Kai come out with him, and the doors closed, he just, oh boy.
Are we with him?
Do you follow? What do
Can
you
we-
think?
can we?
Guys.
Yeah, sure.
Hi.
Which
What
one are
was-
you speaking to?
Any of them.
Okay, Okay, so they all step down and start moving towards the...
I'll just go up to them in general.
Okay.
Please ask.
Hi. What was the answer to the riddle?
What do you think is the answer?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, when you find it, let me know.
Oh my god.
Do you not have...
Walk out the room.
Just leave.
The answer was clearly Adolin. He got it right.
Started to think it was just kind of a Rorschach test of sorts. It's
Yeah.
just the answer is whatever you want it to be.
Oh my god.
And you'd see Rosa would be stood outside the door and say, "How did it go?"
They granted me the rank of knight.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And she would reach into one of her pockets and she would hand you a little badge.
She's not gonna ask for proof or anything. Just Scout's honour.
Believes him. Yeah.
So funny. Oh my god.
Just kind of accepts it and then just tucks it inside his cloak and thank you, Rosa.
Good luck on the path.
She's so
Read the
cute.
room.
So cute.
This is not her first trials.
Oh, hey, Rosa.
How do you know her name?
No, she's been here for years.
Yeah, and she would lead you back upstairs
Oh my
to like the
God.
main halls.
So cool.
And say, most knights pop in for a pray before they leave, and would nod to each of you and say, have a lovely day, and
You
scoot
too.
upstairs.
Not sure Adolin's quite ready to like pray or like face Joris again quite so soon. I think he'd actually pitch like, shall we go to the library?
I just give him a big hug.
Oh.
Absolutely bone crushing hug.
Yeah.
And when I say bone crushing, I mean like
Gauntlets of ogre power.
yeah,
Bone-crushing
and
hug.
just fucking like tight as anything. I'm so proud of you. You did
Aw.
amazing. I'm pretty sure you got the riddle right.
I have no idea. I'm not even sure I had a right answer, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think you did amazing. You did perfect. Everything is perfect. If you need some time, we don't need to go to the library. If you want to just take a minute,
No, let's go to the library. Let's
you want to distract yourself a wee bit.
let's do that.
Okay.
If that's cool with the both of you.
Did you find out what the riddle answer was?
It's courage.
It's courage.
What?
It is courage. Wait, really?
Did you just Google that?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were asking out of character.
That's so funny.
I thought you were asking in character.
I was asking in character.
Oh.
But that's
In that
so
case, no,
funny.
they're very annoying people and wouldn't answer me.
I cannot remember if I said out loud, but was not. Did I
You
not
said
say
bravery.
You did.
That's basically the same thing.
That's so funny. And then we didn't go with that. We went with. I think ours is better.
It's a better
I think our
answer.
answer is better. Yeah. It's so funny. Anyways. Library.
Library?
He's just gonna like wave the little badge and like,
We got a library card.
we can get in with this.
Holy shit.
Kind of head off down into the depths of the temple complex looking for the library.
Yeah? Okay.
Gonna kick George's ass when I see him next. Such bullshit. Courage.
Alright. I never said it was a hard riddle.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I liked it.
Yeah.
Riddles are always both easy and difficult. They're easy once you know the answer.
Yeah. Always easy once you know the answer. Okay, so the Great Library of Parma is located in the basement of the main spire, so like you just go back downstairs. And there is a set of very grand vaulted doors that are carved out of wood down here that you would know are the library. Like you as a squire would have been allowed into like the normal section of the library. It's just the restricted section that you needed the like badge to get into. Yeah. But these gorgeous like vaulted doors that have got panels showing many of the Knights of Deeds, Knights of Ash, great campaigns and deeds. You step into the library proper, and you can see there's a huge room that opens before you. You can see the library itself is on 2 stories. The ground floor that you've entered on, and then there's a balcony that runs along the wall that gives you access to some of the upper stacks and things like that. The whole room is made of beautiful white stone with twisted columns that are carved in the likeness of dragons. Thousands of books line these endless shelves and stacks of the libraries, meticulously organised and cared for. But I think what would catch your attention the most would be the ceiling, and this is familiar to Adolin, but not to anyone else. But glancing up, you would see that the library doesn't have a solid ceiling. The ceiling is an illusion that depicts the night sky. There's constellations that are wheeling across the sky, both like actual stars and then like artist representations of the constellations imposed over them, so that you can see like the drawings that draw the stars together into the image that people see. So you can see like there's the mother, the archer, the falcon, etc.
Is there a dog?
There is not currently.
Because he's down here.
He's down here.
There's white wispy clouds that drift across the sky as well, and you can see that the moons are shining brightly at one end of the library.
Sorry.
In the centre of the room, there's a circular desk. There are several library attendants behind. One appears to be sat transcribing something, another appears to be fixing the bindings of an old book, and you can see that there's a third that is smiling very pleasantly up at you as you approach.
Smile pleasantly for this.
Hi.
Hi, can I help?
Yes, we're looking for some books. Have we come to the right place?
Yes, this is the great library of
Brilliant.
Highwater. This is the perfect place for books. Are you looking for something in particular?
A few things, I think. Yes.
Like what?
So we're looking for some books on some artifacts, if that's
Okay.
alright.
What kind of what are the artifacts?
The Cup of the Cosmos, the 3 Prongs of Destiny, and the
Star Shatterer.
Star Shatterer.
Wave Breaker. That's
That's a different
That's
thing.
where else we got number. Never mind.
Okay. Okay. I'll just double check whether we've got any volumes regarding those.
Can you also look and see if you have any research or anything really on Io?
Io.
Io.
Is that a place?
No.
Person.
As a person.
It's a person.
The lady.
The lady.
The Cult of Iofiel.
Cult of Io.
The lady who watches.
Okay.
Have you heard of that at all?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, just if anything of that ilk would also be quite interesting.
But okay. If you would.
Are they wearing like a holy symbol at all?
They're not.
Okay.
They might just work here.
They might just work
I
here.
don't think anybody just works in Pearlmire.
Okay, I get a weird vibe off of like a very knowledgeable librarian who works in the biggest library in the city.
Not knowing who I was.
Not
We
knowing
didn't know
who-
who I was until
I
yesterday.
suppose. Okay. Can I insight check this guy?
Woman. Yes.
Sorry, woman. That one.
Okay.
I'm rolling like dog shit today.
Not great either.
Stop using those dice.
That dice is not for this world.
12.
It's a normal level.
Yeah.
Cool. She would skitter off. You'd be left alone for a little bit. So like the library, there are like obviously like desks and seating areas in this main section here if you want to wait in one of those, or you can just random off into the library if you want.
How long do you think she'll be gone?
Maybe
I've never
10
been to a
minutes?
library. How long do you think she'll be gone?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
Does my favourite foe thing on Joris?
Mm-hmm.
After I think.
Oh, that doesn't go across planes, does it?
Ah.
Can he still feel the tether?
It would have cracked at some point then.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Gosh.
I'm gonna get that son of a bitch.
Aw. Just saw the name change in the chat. You're Sir Adolin in our group chat.
Oh.
Very
Oh.
No longer a baby!
No, the baby emoji is still there.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, yeah, so you've got 10 minutes just to maybe just sort of like drain a bit of that anxiety out of you.
Yeah. Oh, he's feeling much better by the end of that 10 minutes.
Oh my
Probably
goodness.
isn't saying much to both of you, but appreciates you being there.
Every so often I just kind of go over and I give give you a little side squeeze hug. Just
It's
like
just
a
like-
little pass.
little hug, just to be like, so pretty.
Okay.
Just staring up at the constellations and just dissociating.
Okay. It's very pretty and it's very
Yes.
relaxing.
Hmm.
It's a very good illusion.
Mhm. I think would have given the librarian a heads up that the books we're looking for might be in the restricted section.
Oh, that's a good
Ooh,
point.
she has gone, so.
Ah, okay.
When she comes back, she's like, I can't find it, but we're like, should have
Wow.
mentioned.
Yeah, she would return, and you see, she's got like a bit of paper in there, and she's going. So I have like a vague history book that covers the artifacts that you were talking about, but the bulk of the material that we have that covers any of those subjects you told me is unfortunately in the restricted section, so I cannot
That's fine.
allow you to access those.
We have a knight.
Oh,
Yeah. Apologies.
He passed the trial about 5 minutes ago.
oh, congratulations!
Yes.
Already at
How
work.
did you find it?
Can I take them into the restricted section with me?
Yes, of course. So long as you
Lovely.
stay with them, and any damage they cause must fall on you.
Yeah.
I
We won't
understand
burn
these
down the
terms.
library.
Good. We will come and kill you for that.
I said we wouldn't.
Smashing.
Okay, so I can take you to the entrance to the restricted section. I'm obviously not allowed in, but I can take you to the entrance.
That seems wrong.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. This way.
Are there like signs and stuff in the library being like, this is the topic on nature?
They use the Dewey Decimal
Yeah, I was
System.
gonna say, what
Yeah.
number is it?
What?
I love that Dewey exists in this universe.
So she wouldn't have like the numbers for stuff down there. She would tell you that it's very well organized. Like the entire library is incredibly well organized, so it wouldn't be hard to find, but you will have to hunt for yourself.
Okay. So don't get a number for it.
Sorry?
Don't get a number for it.
No.
Okay.
No.
What kind of stuff is in the library? Like, is it just about those three gods? Or like, is it
Is it
just a
also-
general library?
Oh,
Or
it's like a
Is there a
really
fiction
comprehensive
section?
library. Like
Is there a fiction section?
no, it's more historical.
Our uni library has a fiction section.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. But
I was just
strange.
wondering
Need a
about it. I was
chance
like,
to wind
oh, Hubble's
down.
Moving Castle. Next to the architecture books.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That feels like a prank.
No, like the academic stuff was on the shelves, and then there was fiction stuff on like a little spinny thing at the end of the aisle.
In case you get lost, you need to take a break in the middle of the stacks.
Apparently.
I like that.
Enjoy
I
some
just admit,
fiction.
I get lost in the Strathclyde library all the time.
The Napier one, well, the Merchiston one is not that big.
No, okay.
So is there like a head librarian in here that's like a qualified knight who can go into the restricted
Yeah, or
section?
they just never organise. They just hoping people put stuff back properly.
Do you ask that of the?
No, I don't. That seems rude.
The clock?
I would be musing this to myself.
Okay.
Like, did I ever remember there being like a head librarian who could get in?
So there are like there's like so the librarians fall under like the scribe section kind of thing. So like they don't pass the night trials; they become scribes. And there is a head librarian, and they have a whole order of folk underneath them that run everything from the Great Library to several of the quieter libraries, personal libraries that are kept further up, and also the restricted section. It may just be that the clerks that are on duty today cannot enter.
Okay.
Fair. Cool. Yeah, we follow them straight to the.
Okay,
Restricted
so
section.
you're led to a stone staircase at the back left of the library. Yeah, that's the right one.
Mhm.
And there would be a knight of ash that stood guarding like a black iron gate that's closed over this staircase. You can see the staircase goes down. As you approach, the clerk with the clerk, the guard would snap to attention, and she would smile at the knight and would present Adolin. So this knight would like access to the restriction section, brother, with his friends.
Show the badge. That I have not sewn on yet.
Not sewn on yet, no. The knight would look you up and down, look bored as heck, shrug a little, and then unlock the gate for you and say, "Down you go, friends."
Thank you. Brother, sister.
Brother.
Brother. Cool. And down we go into the bowels of the library.
No, you would descend down into the lower levels of the library. You would spiral for a horribly long time before entering a much darker series of library stacks. This lower level is much less ornate, and the clerk would have stayed up.
Okay.
It's much more functional and a lot darker. All of the stacks have metal bars over the front of them, essentially caging the books into their shelves.
Well,
Are
Oh.
they going? Do books escape? Is that something we should be concerned about?
I love that when books are like birds and they flap around. It's my favourite thing.
There's no one else down here as you step down into the room, and pausing for a moment, the silence would envelop you.
Aren't you glad we don't have a dog with us?
Very glad.
I do miss him.
I'd pull out like a copper piece and cast a light cantrip on it.
Okay.
And use that as a bit of a torch to guide us around.
Okay. Very helpful.
Because you don't have dark vision, do you?
I do.
You do now.
I think all three of
Oh,
them.
we all have dark vision.
We all
It was
have
only
always
Clifford
had dark
that didn't.
vision.
Okay. I forget the coin then.
Okay.
No, I'd like to see things in colour.
Actually, yeah, colour is good.
Oh, it was fun to find out that Clifford isn't colourblind. Like so big dogs aren't colourblind like other dogs.
Good to know.
I've learnt a thing.
We rummaged through the restricted section.
Okay.
Are the bars in such a way that we can't actually take books off the
No,
shelves?
you can. That you just need to like hinge open that like gate, as it were. So all the gates hinge and they all open.
Yeah.
They're just all closed over the bookcases currently.
Gotcha.
Okay. So what are we hunting for? I'm going to ask everybody to try and give me a topic that they want to hunt for, and and then either make me a history or.
Investigation?
I might be persuaded with investigation. Check.
I think Adolin is gonna stick to the job in hand and look for the instruments of light.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to go for
Same.
instruments light?
Specifically, the trident that I'm presumably carrying as well.
One would hope.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for Io, just cause.
Cool.
Cool.
Do one of you want enhanceability just to make your research all that more
It's a good idea.
impressive?
You can have your talisman back.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's you're rolling like +4 as well, aren't you? For
I think you're quite similar, yeah. In
Excuse me.
fact,
How
I
about
can cast it at a higher level. Like we're not going to be doing a lot today, so
Hopefully
if
not.
I cast it at what is that? If I cast it at 4th level,
Right.
I can get all of us.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Can we get the monitor switched on at this point as well?
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh,
how
vision-
exciting!
Time for visual aids.
Not for you guys. We're the only
Potentially.
visual aid you need.
Turn on.
So I
There we
could
go.
cast Owl's. No, Fox's Cunning. That's intelligence checks. That would be better, right?
I think it's either history or investigation.
They're both in.
That could be investigation.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Swell.
Yeah. So I go for Fox's Cunning, advantage on intelligence checks. That's me.
In this
Wow.
Oh, it's a you.
I don't look like I'm having the greatest time.
I think you're mid-sentence.
It's a great one.
Okay. Can I get rolls in from Thulk then?
What are we rolling?
I will allow investigation. So history or investigation.
It's +1 regardless for me.
But we're all rolling with advantage.
Might not be the best dice for this table, Rosie.
It would be if I could just hold it in my hands for a long enough.
I want this.
Okay.
You said advantage?
Yeah. I don't get anything on IO, unfortunately.
No.
I got a 7.
I got a 13.
Okay.
Do I want to add a?
Well,
I
it's
could add a
keeping
plus-
us
I'm
in
gonna add a
suspense.
+4.
I get a dirty 20.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Okay.
16.
16. Okay. And you got a 7 with advantage.
Yes, I rolled a 6 and a 5, and I have a +1.
Oh, I could have given everyone Bardic.
Well,
Bit
that
light.
would have really changed so much for me. Not really.
Yes, dirty 20 for myself.
Okay. So a 7 isn't enough. I'm sorry.
What? What do you mean? I find the same kid's book that I found in Dust Home.
No, you don't.
Why would that
don't.
You found a book about somebody else whose name begins with I.
It's about the paladin, that lady that we met.
It's her personal diary.
Okay, so you two were looking for information on the instruments of light.
See.
Yes.
Okay.
What'd you
Say
get?
hello to
16.
Nice.
the lore dump.
Oh.
Okay. So we're well aware of the fact that there are 3 instruments of light: the Cup of Cosmos, the 3 Prongs of Destiny, and Star Shatterer. We've got the instruments of light are 3 artifacts of Mystra, Talos, and Torm. They feed off of each other. So whilst the artifacts were created independently of each other, they were linked during a ritual centuries ago.
Ooh.
During this ritual, 3 powerful mages attempted to link 3 planes of existence: the material plane, Pandemonium, and Mount Celestia. The goal here was to allow for more freedom of movement to the upper and lower planes for mortals. The sword and trident were chosen for this ritual due to their strong connection to their native planes, and the cup was chosen for its natural planes travelling ability and the ability to draw energy from its surroundings.
Ooh. That's cool.
Whilst the ritual itself was successful in creating permanent rifts on the material plane between the other 2 planes, the locations of these rifts were lost with time. Of the 3 mages that conducted the ritual, only High Magus Inazor Straxon survived. The names of the other 2 mages were lost, and Inazor became a drifter, shifting from plane to plane and never returned to the material plane and fell out of history. Anyone that is attuned to either Star Shatterer or the 3 Prongs of Destiny on either the material or the artifact's native plane would be able to fill a pool of the rift associated with its native plane and guide them towards its location.
Have you been feeling a pull all this time?
No, but you have to be attuned to all 3.
No.
No, I can do the rift pull
Oh,
thing,
that's
but
true,
like
yeah.
it's an action to do it.
And
Oh, yeah,
because
of
you did very, very well with your check, you would find a journal of one Tellen Ropster, who appears to be some kind of cartographer that was mapping the Sapphire Coast. The section that would interest you from his journal would be when he was travelling with a mage called Inazor Straxon.
Sorry, the cartographer called
Tellen Ropster.
Talon Ropster was travelling
With
with
the mage Inazor.
Inazor, who conducted the ritual.
It was one of the 3 mages that conducted the ritual.
What was the third? What was the plane that Star Shatterer came from?
That is Mount Celestia.
Makes sense.
Oh my god, Lord
This hasn't turned out. My notes are terrible. I might want to hear this again.
Well, luckily we have a recording.
That's true.
I can also copy and paste the text
That
for
would be
you.
great. That would be wonderful.
Tellen and Inazor became very close, and whilst there's some rather smutty sections of this diary, it also details what Inazor told Tellen about the ritual, which I presume is the bit that you're more interested in.
No, give us that smart.
And this is an excerpt from the diary. Last night, as we sat around the campfire, Inazor finally told me what plagued him. He told me that he was running from the wraith of not 1 but 2 gods. That he'd been part of a conclave of mages that strove to connect the different planes of existence to allow mortals to freely pass between them. He tried to explain the complexities of the ritual, but I must admit it was lost on me. What I did understand, though, was that only by sheer luck he did not hold either of the artifacts of the angered gods. His 2 ritual companions were wiped from the earth as both gods tore their souls from their bodies and reduced their bodies to ash. He told me with wide eyes that he can't even remember their names. He fears that the god of his artifact, the cup he carries, will do the same to him.
That'll be the guy with the dark hair and the blonde, the blue eyes.
That'll be Inazor.
I might not be him actually, because if he wasn't touching it.
No,
I
it
don't
could
know,
be.
maybe it was.
The journal would continue to detail their journey around the Sapphire Coast before abruptly stopping when the pair reached Ghost Marsh.
Where's Ghost Marsh?
South.
South and east of Pearlmire. It's kind of inland a
Yeah.
bit.
There's like a wee road
It's on
going
a
down.
marsh.
Yeah.
I don't know if you count that inland. Deep in the library, you would also find a logbook of a member of an organisation who the author refers to as the Nightfall League. Not really something anybody here would have heard of.
Nightfall.
Nightfall League.
Night like nighttime or night like...
Night is in nighttime.
Okay.
The logbook details several missions this league undertook, but what catches your eye is one that details the transportation and hiding of several powerful items. The report tells that the organisation located several artefacts, namely a sword of blue metal and an aged trident, which were difficult to separate. The pair of weapons were constantly drawn to each other. Frequently, the League would wake to find one or the other would have disappeared from its housing box and have
Whoa.
reappeared in the others. The League was trying to the League tried to take the artifacts in opposite directions, but kept finding the same issue and having to backtrack. They took the artifacts to a powerful sorcerer, whose name is not given in the log, who said that he could separate them. The sorcerer tricked the League, however, and whilst he successfully separated the two artifacts and prevented them from being continuously drawn to each other, he then took the sword and vanished. The League did their best to find the sword again, but failed to do so. They focused more on hiding the trident, locating a barren island off the coast of the mainland where it was impossible to farm, and tunnelled into it, entombing the trident in the island.
Hey, we found that.
Under a barren island. Isn't that Kai's home?
No.
No, the
It was
diamond.
It was a mining island. No one lived there.
Of
It
course.
was just a mine.
Sorry, the trident we found.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm thinking of the cup on Little Shark.
Yeah.
Apologies.
So funny they got so close to each other. They were like very nice to
Yeah.
them.
It's almost like they're drawn together.
Oh, wait. No, the sword and the trident were drawn together, right?
That's what
Right.
the League
The
reported.
Nightfall
Yeah.
Leagues.
In this one
mission
specific
there.
scenario, but why wouldn't all three of them be?
Oh, that's true. I suppose.
So Inazar and Telyn were travelling together, and Telyn's journal stops after talking about a trip to Ghost Marsh.
Yes.
Gotcha. Does it say why they were going there?
No, it appears that Inazora is kind of just accompanying Telyn for his sort of companionship. He doesn't appear to have much of a goal in mind about where he's going. Telyn is trying to map the Sapphire Coast.
Yeah.
He's trying to go around and map places, kind of thing. So he's travelling to do that, and it appears Inazora's just travelling with him.
How old is the journal?
The journal.
I wonder what could happen if we hit like a 30 on one of these checks.
Yeah.
What sort of crazy stuff we'd have learned. Like Io's diary. All my schemes.
The journal appears to be from about 400 years ago.
Oh, that's highly convenient. That's the exact same age as Clifford.
What about the Nightfall League?
The Nightfall League is dated slightly before that.
Ooh.
410?
Yeah, you're talking like a
420?
couple of years before that.
Interesting.
I'm trying to find the actual dates for you, I'm sorry.
So-
It's
It's alright.
Mistra creates the cup, brings it down to Earth. Clifford is with it, but out of the tomb, or just isn't down yet.
Yeah. So
Things occur.
the cup exists for a while.
Yeah,
And
before it gets locked away in Clifford and that.
yeah, and then three mages try to bind them all together. The ritual goes horribly wrong. Two of them get burnt up.
But the ritual goes right, but it
Sorry,
seems
yeah.
like the gods were so affronted that had happened. But it was interesting. It says that two gods have.
Talos and Torm, presumably.
You would assume so. Mr. just doesn't really care.
Mistra spares in Azor, I guess.
I guess. I mean, not so much spares in the sense that, like,
Hmm.
he wasn't touching it. He said that's the only reason that he survived. But he
I thought
does
it's-
say that.
I thought you said that he wasn't touching one of the artifacts of the other two gods.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds very much like they were each holding an artifact, and it just happens
right.
that you
I
got lucky.
misunderstood. I thought that it was just that he happened to, like, put his down for a split second.
Just to like.
Okay, so
strike
yeah,
the
the
nose or
other
something.
two gods are angry. That's
Hmm.
interesting that Talos and Tormund are actually, they are agreeing that they both have beef.
That this was a
on
bad
this.
idea. Yeah, or rather, like the cup wasn't being used to open a gateway to Mistra's realm.
I suppose.
So
Yeah.
So maybe that's why she was less of a.
it was more of a means to it, whereas the trident and the sword were sort of the ends.
And it's two portals, two rifts. One goes to each place from the material. It's not linking the two together directly. It's not going from like Pandemonium
Yes.
to
Straight to Mount
Mount
Celeste.
Celestia.
Yeah, so that was me.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
It doesn't say the name of the. Was it a wizard that stole the sword?
No,
Mm.
there's no name attached to that.
And we also don't know
Um,
how the cup wound up
Does
underground.
it say where they were, or anything about the spell, or
No.
any possible defining characteristics?
Was
Who
the
contacted the wizard? How they heard about them?
was the cartographer a Knight of Ash?
It doesn't appear so.
So just like this document happened to end up in the library, but there's not really a connecting link.
Not to the Knights of Ash, certainly.
Are there any of his maps?
In the library?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Roll me
Mm.
investigation check.
Oh, great! I get to reroll, and I have advantage.
So we're
Can-
talking 948
That's
is
worse.
the date of
16.
Tellen's diary.
Okay.
And the reports from the Nightfall League would have been 2 years prior to that.
Cool.
So 940.
8 for Tellen and 946 for the Nightfall League.
Yeah, that's cool.
16.
16. 16 I think would be enough that you can see that there are, what's the right words I'm looking for here?
Maps.
Books of maps.
An atlas.
Yeah, it's obvious that Tellen completed a lot of work. He did obviously, as part of his diary and things like that, the journal. You can see that he has completed a lot of maps and sent them in. They don't appear to be in this section of the library, but I think you'd be more. It's more likely that they might be in the upper levels or something like that. They're unlikely to be in the restricted section.
I'm just going to think they're a bit dodge. I want to have a look at them. I want to know if there are any that were completed after the journal entries ended.
Okay. You'd have to go back upstairs for that.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to head up?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there anything more we want to rummage around for down here?
Would
Can you
there
remember?
be anything about Talos?
Generally.
Yes.
Okay. There is probably plenty of stuff upstairs generally about Talos. If you want to have a hunt around the restricted section, you might be able to find something.
It might be worth
Right.
looking at things for the sword on its own, because we know where the trident
Yeah,
is all this
yeah, the
time.
sword on
but
its
the
own.
sword on its own has been kicking about in all sorts of places.
Yeah, well, we've seen a vision of it in the hands of the lady,
Mm.
and now it sounds like it was kidnapped by an evil wizard,
Yeah.
explicit wizard, and now we've no idea where it is.
What if that was Tezen and he's had it this
400
entire
years
time?
ago.
400 years ago.
I hope not.
I mean,
Tezen's
could we
great grandfather.
do a rummage for anything on the sword in particular?
You can try. Yeah, if you like.
Awesome. Is enhanceability still
Yeah,
still
yeah,
good?
absolutely.
Cool. Investigation again?
Yeah, if you prefer. Yeah.
Cool. Got a 20 on that last one. Would need. I don't know.
Higher.
I'm shooting for a 25 or something. So
Oh, do you want a bardic? Since I said last time I should have done that.
You're looking specifically for the sword.
for the sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the library, is
In-
there a sword?
Look behind the book like, hey look, it's Star Shatterer.
Oh my god,
it's right here.
Oh.
They were using it as a bookmark?
So enhanceability's on. Do you have guiding?
I do, but I'm concentrating on this, so I can't give it to you. I'm sorry.
Smash me. No. Much rather have that.
Bardic,
Yeah, please.
D8.
D8.
It's gone up.
Let's use that d8. Okay, be good. No, it's like 17.
17. It's still good.
It's still pretty good, yeah.
Still good.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Considering this is maybe perhaps more of a group check, would you want to use your talisman?
Okay.
We also have inspiration.
I actually do have a couple points of inspiration, yeah. So,
Talisman or inspiration?
Why not
we
both?
can do both, probably.
Well,
So I rolled,
okay, what do you want to do first then?
I rolled an...
You rolled a 9 and 11.
I rolled, 9 and 11. What would advantage
You're
level
taking
be?
the higher one, so you get to re-roll.
The lower? Do I just get to reroll one of them?
It's like elven accuracy.
Just re-roll one of them.
Just re-roll one of
Roll
them
a dice.
and take the highest.
Okay, and the bardic
And
was
re-roll
a
the
2.
die that doesn't keep rolling ones.
Now you've
Sorry.
got a
Only
9,
rolls
a
one
10,
one.
and an 11.
Yeah. Perfectly average. So what I was sitting on 17. So if the talisman dice goes well, we could get over 20.
Yeah.
50% chance to get 20 or higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
20! Dirty 20!
Dirty 20.
We did it.
That's good.
I'm so proud of us.
We did it, gang!
We done did it.
Okay.
Who is the wizard?
Yes.
Because if the Nightfall League were messing around with the sword 2 years before Talon's diary, it means it definitely wasn't Inazor, who, well, honestly, by this point was probably too shit scared of messing with these artifacts again. So the wizard's definitely not Inazor, I
No.
think we can say.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm theorizing.
I know, I'm just listening. Watching your train of thought is all.
She's waiting for you to seize upon an idea that she can be like, oh, that's even better than what I had.
Yeah.
We'll use that
Just,
one.
at the time, it seems like there was a lot of powerful mages running around. There was like 3 of
Yeah.
them that conducted this ritual, 2 of them got vaporized. Inazor's kicking around, but is now traumatized from what happened, and worried that 2 gods are trying to smite them. And then Wizard number 4 was able to separate the artifacts, assuming Wizard number 4 is not Inazor or one of these 2 vaporized ones. So it was a time of high magic.
Okay.
Is Adolin's conspiracy theory.
Alan's conspiracy theory. So, with that check, you were focusing in on the sword, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So, what I will say with that is that you find. There is a lot of information that mentions the sword in the restricted section, but you find it's more mentioning the sword in reference to Iofel
Oh, yes.
and the lady who watches.
What? Oh my god. we
Is that
found
of
it.
interest?
Yes.
Yes!
Okay.
Yes!
Holy
Oh my
shit,
god,
yes.
yes!
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank God
obviously,
somebody
like the
found it.
the current whereabouts of the sword would be great.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
I can tell you there isn't anything on the current whereabouts of the sword.
how about the whereabouts of it 400 years ago in the hands of a wizard?
Or in the hands of IFL.
I mean, we'll take
What
that.
if she was a wizard?
Okay, let's go for the second lore dump. Okay, so there's a bit of information here about the lady who watches. There's some very simple stuff here. It's like she was an angel of Torm. There's records of her as a kind and caring angel who would look out for those who cannot protect themselves.
Ha.
She's often depicted in children's tales as an angel that will protect them from unwarranted harm. She's rarely been depicted in recent years, so the last few centuries or so, and early depictions of her show as an armoured angel with large wings wielding a sword and shield. For this next section, Isla, can you get ready to pop some image references for me?
That's so exciting.
I'm looking for image that is named because I didn't intend for somebody else to be putting these up. They are named a bit. The first 2, not the last one.
These ones.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong way.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
I can't see my cursor. There it is.
Oh, she's pretty.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
She
that's
doesn't
cool.
appear to be watching. She appears to have a blindfold on.
She appears to have a blindfold on.
These are really cool though.
Hmm.
She's often depicted and described as having large golden wings which are covered in eyes. There's an excerpt from a history book that's dated 672 during an Orcish rebellion under the current Queen of Nimira, where Iofil apparently intervened, which is written by Sister Heather of the Order of Blind Nuns. And this is the excerpt. On the third day of the siege, when the orcs had all but depleted our defences and resources, a miracle happened. The darkened sky split and a beam of golden sunlight flashed down into the orc masses. A cacophonous boom echoed across the battlefield, and the shockwave knocked the orcs to their knees as the fort walls trembled. The orcs twisted to face their new foe, and we watched in awe as this angel, golden wings made of light, plates gleaming, and a sword that crackled through the air with every swing, stood and roared her challenge. The next few minutes were filled with the orcs' screams, enough that we started to pity them. But we knew that our Father had sent his most precious child to aid us, and she would deliver his justice to them all. Okay.
Yeah.
Her blade is known as Star Shatterer.
That would, yeah. Sword crackled through the air with every swing, that seemed like the sword that we were after.
A blade of shimmering blue metal from her home plane. It is known to be an incredibly artifact that Eofil wielded in the name of Torm.
Hmm. And then some scummy wizards got their hands on it for their own purposes.
You'd also find, interestingly tucked into this, would be a scroll that contains details of when several hundred years ago the city of Promar was visited by a mysterious blue magic veil. Several Knights of Ash were selected to investigate this and stepped through the veil. The veil then closed behind them, and they were never seen or heard from again.
What?
Oh, wow.
How long ago was it?
Several hundred years ago. And can I get the final image up onto the thing, please? They are the wrong way around, aren't they? Just to annoy you.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool. Very sick.
This is a artist depiction that is included in a history book that I will get to in a second.
Mm.
You would find there are numerous accounts of Eofil appearing in history right up until the 800s. Sorry. These accounts include stories from all over. All of them have been moved into the restricted section. Like you've got accounts of like an angel saving an orphanage from an evil hag that matches Eofil's description. A kind paladin Torm that matches the description of Io. That is referenced as calling herself as Io, that defends a town from bandits. A golden angel of Torm that descends to fight a lich who is trying to take over the city of Maya, which you would know is actually the name of Promar before it was rechristened as Promar, the Holy Pearl of the Sapphire Coast. And finally, you would find the history book, which is tucked in one of the far shelves of the restricted section. It would seem to jump out of you as being rather misplaced. This section of the restricted section focuses on dangerous beings and fiends, but the title of this book is referred to The Histories of the Great Knights of Ash, a comprehensive account of their ideals, notable engagements, and the founding of Promar. Okay, this book gives a really comprehensive history of the Knights of Ash. It starts with the conception, which is the origin story of the Knights of Ash, with the invasion of the city of Maya by a barrage of fiends. These devils rip through the city, killing mercilessly and destroying large sections of the city. A trio of knights, one pledged each to Bahamut, Torm and Tyr, prayed to their gods for strength to defend their home. With this, they were granted not only the holy power for themselves, but also to share with those that stood with them. Together with a band of warriors, one night they drove the devils back out of the city, but with great cost. The devils set every building alight that they could as they left, burning down most of the city before the dawn rose. The warriors stood amid the ashes of their homes and vowed to never allow this to happen again, to protect all from fiendish invasions and to protect those who cannot protect themselves.
Knights of Ash.
Oh, that makes sense.
Ah, you clever one, you.
I did say Paramount burns down a lot.
It's true.
Let's just assumed it was
There
like,
was foreshadowing.
like a bakery fire or something.
That's
or
why there's no bakeries here.
the freaking night watchman dozes off and lets his lantern light some straw in a stable and... No! Fiendish invasion.
Of course.
Devils from hell.
Flicking through this book, though, you would be drawn to a chapter later in the Knights of Ash history called The Holy Campaign of the Emerald Fields. Reading this chapter in its fullest would horrify you. It details a campaign orchestrated by the High Observer of Pearlmire in the year of 874, the Lady Leodora Highfire, a Knight of Ash who worshipped Torm. This campaign was set up as a method to bring justice and law to those that were living in the endless fields of grass, which are just past the gloomy mountains. So it's not part of the Sapphire Coast, it's like inland.
The Emerald Fields.
Lady Highfire sent legions of Knights of Ash to march into the Emerald Fields to, in her words, bring civilization and law to those
they're
without.
Crusaders, those absolute fucking...
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
The author of this book does not pull their punches and describes the atrocities committed by the knights during this period of storming villages that would not submit to their rule and killing any who would not commit to their values. During a particularly difficult siege of one of the cities within the Emerald Fields, an angel appeared in the sky. Below is an excerpt from that book. The legions of Knights of Ash cheered in unison as an angel bearing the mark of Torm appeared over the city. She circled the city several times before landing at the commander's tent. It is not known what occurred in the commander's tent, nor what was spoken of, and there are very few accounts in the Sapphire Coast as to what exactly happened due to the lack of survivors that returned from the Holy Campaign of the Emerald Fields. This author, however, managed to obtain an account of the battle from a mage of the city under siege, named the Great Cauldron, to those who lived there, Mage Strophilia. She wrote the following. The golden angel with a blade made of sky appeared over the city and circled us for long dreaded minutes before landing in the camp. A short period of time later, the angel took to the skies again, and we thought our final time had come. It would seem that the gods smiled upon us this day, however, as the angel did not attack us. No, instead she turned her rage and power upon the plated devils that hounded our walls. She rained white fire down upon them, decimating their forces. Very few escaped into the grass sea. The chapter would continue detailing the Knights of Ash retreat, the fallout of the failed campaign, and the removal of Lady Highfire from office.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, this isn't making Iofil sound like a bad person.
No, not at all.
She seems fine so far.
That's what you would find.
Cool.
Wow. Why are her cultists such a bunch of dicks in that case?
I don't know.
Because she seems alright.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she went a little bit hard on those orcs, maybe. If the people who were watching them getting killed was like, okay, I kind of feel bad for them. But apart from that...
You could also say Torm and all that are alright, but the people that were following them just went on
that's
crusade
true.
and killed a
That's exactly
bajillion
right.
people,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, it's a complex matter, isn't it?
I'm sorry, what?
It's complex matter, isn't it?
Not
You can't say
really.
peas with a
Don't
thingy
do a
Adolin, don't
crusade.
chew on the books.
I think that's probably a really good time to take a 10-minute break.
Yeah, so that I can just read that all back because my notes are shit. They're, I mean, I can understand them or something.
Thank you.
Smashing. See you soon. Bye.